Greg, Logan, and Newsday.
Hi, Jarrett.
Like,
I just want to know what your feeling is going into this first preseason game. What kind of sense have you gotten from all the practices, and what your sense of anticipation and excitement going into the preseason?
the vibe I'm getting from practice, everybody's ready. You know, we had 7 and 11 sitting out for a lot of the games last year, and finally to have them back. You know, we're ready to do big things with them, and we're all excited.
Brian Lewis, New York Post.
Hey, Jared. This is twofold. Obviously, last year with DeAndre, you had personally a lot of competition and a guy in your same position. But now that you've had a couple of practices under your belt, just how deep, I guess, is the competition for so many different spots, and how deep is this roster?
It's really deep. You see us out there every day, I think we got 18 people out there playing their hardest every day, going at each other, trying to just prove that they're better than each other, but just friendly competition and just playing our hearts out.
Christian Winfield, New York Daily News.
Hey, what's going on, Jarrett? Sorry, we got some video issues right now on my end.
No, that's fine.
Can you just kind of like describe? It's been a while since you guys have been able to have these full practices after the Orlando bubble, and B, you've got a preseason game coming up. So can you talk about what it's like? Actually, you can think about what it's going to be like when you're not on the floor, but what's it actually like building this chemistry, and how is it, approaching this first preseason game?
Right. Well, it's a little different from doing off-season workouts, just single workouts every single day. Finally being able to be back with the team, trying to create more chemistry, just seeing how everybody likes to play. But it's great. That's why we play. That's why we practice, so we can understand each other and finally go out and play a real game with it. And, it's going to be different with the team we had in the bubble compared to the team we have now. It's going to be a lot of new things to learn out there.
Mike Andrews, ESPN.
Hey, Jarrett, did you watch any of the preseason games yesterday? Does it feel to you like, wow, basketball's back already? Or is this more, like you said, of a finally, because we've been waiting so long to get all of these pieces together?
It's definitely a wow. It's finally back already. I think for all of us, either this year went by slow or this year went by fast. There's just so much going on, and everybody was affected differently. And seeing it now back and just amidst all of this, it's kind of amazes me. It's really weird seeing these arenas that sit 40,000 people and now they just have advertisements in the seats, So it's going to be something to get used to, but I'm glad it's back.
Alex Schiffer, The Athletic.
You just essentially touched on my question, Jared. You played in the bubble with no fans and kind of got used to that there. Is that translate to playing in an empty Barclays Center pretty easily, or is that taking an adjustment?
I think that's going to take an adjustment. And we've seen what the bubble looked like. We had 4 walls around us on every side. We kind of felt enclosed, like we were in a smaller practice gym. But going into one of those just big arenas where you're used to looking up and seeing people yelling, seeing people just families, everybody having a good time, is definitely going to be an adjustment.
Tom Dowd, BrooklynNets.com.
Hey, Jared, you've got this shortened preseason. The first preseason game comes up a little bit quicker. The opener is only 10 days away. What do you feel like you guys need to get out of this first game tomorrow?
I think for tomorrow it's going to be more of a see how everything fits together. It's almost like the test trials where you just try to piece everything together, see how certain things that you've been planning in the off season works against an actual different team, and just try to come together and see where we are.
Steve Lichtenstein, WFAN.
Jared, I don't know how close the University of Texas Center group is, but have you had a chance to talk to Mo Bamba about the issues he's had with COVID, and how has his illness affected anything you've done?
No, I haven't had the chance to talk to him. I know I heard some stuff in the bubble that it was affecting him. I don't know anything past that. I'm wishing him the best.
Christian Winfield.
Hey, Jarrett, you kind of touched on my question earlier, but you played in your fair share of preseason openers. I'm just curious how much do you actually read into it at this point? It's like, oh, things don't go your way in the first preseason game, I'll blow it up, or oh, okay, well, like at what point do you like how do you take the preseason game with a grain of salt, knowing that you guys are just figuring this stuff out, or does it ever like set a tone for the rest of the season? Are there any things that you can learn from that that you take on going forward?
That one's tough. Obviously you want to go out there, win it. If you go out there and lose, you don't want to overreact because you're still figuring things out. We still have 72 games ahead of us in the regular season to try to piece everything together. And I'm going to go back to the bubble. If you look at how we started the preseason games, we got blown out by the Pelicans. And then we came out the next game and started playing better. So you really can't read a lot into it. You can still take away small things about offensive schemes and defensive schemes, though.
Got time for one more for Jarrett. Greg Logan.
Jarrett, you mentioned 7 and 11 earlier. Can you just describe the excitement that you feel as a player to actually take the court with those two for real?
Right. 2 All-Stars, 2 most likely going to be Hall of Famers, and just seeing them, watching them growing up, and then playing against them, playing with them, and finally going to be on the actual NBA court. It's going to be an experience. I've never thought I'd be in this position, but I'm ready to take advantage of it and soak it all in.